Data Dumpy.
Ever caught yourself staring out the window, imagining a camera watching you, or narrating your heartbreak like you're in an Oscar-winning drama? You might be suffering from a condition psychologists jokingly call main character syndrome. It's not a real diagnosis, but it is real behavior. Main character syndrome is the belief, sometimes subtle, sometimes full-blown, that you are the central figure in life's movie. Everyone else, supporting cast, extras, NPCs, it's self-importance with a cinematic filter. Main character syndrome didn't just happen. We were trained for it by the platforms we use every day. Think about it. Instagram taught us to crop life into perfect little squares. TikTok made stories of our coffee, our crying, our vibes. We don't live life anymore. We stage it. Psychologists call this identity performance, where we shape who we are based on how others respond. And platforms, they reward that. Not for authenticity, but for aesthetic storytelling. You're not you. You're the content version of you. At the root of all this is egocentric bias, our built-in belief that we're being watched or judged more than we actually are. You know that feeling someone's looking at you? They're probably not. They're thinking about themselves because they're stuck in their movie too. It's also linked to something called the spotlight effect. Studies show we dramatically overestimate how many people notice our behavior. In one experiment, people wearing an embarrassing t-shirt thought half the room noticed. In reality, fewer than 20%. Main character? Maybe not. But hold up. Not all main character syndrome is toxic. Some say it's a way to build confidence, to take ownership of your narrative, to walk through life like you matter. Because in a way, you do, but there's a fine line. The healthy version is self-awareness. I'm starring in my story, and so are you in yours. The narcissistic version, everyone else is a prop in my plot. When we stop viewing others as full humans, with inner lives just as rich as ours, the story becomes shallow and dangerous. Here's where things get weird. When everyone sees life as content, we start prioritizing what looks meaningful over what is. A crisis, better film it. A death, better post a tribute. Even grief becomes performance. We stop feeling and start framing. So how do we break out? Maybe we don't have to. Being the main character isn't the problem. Forgetting others have their own script, that's the issue. Empathy is what keeps your story from becoming a monologue. And real connection, that happens when you stop narrating and start listening. This is Data Dumpy, where we break down the psychology behind the pixels. Because when everyone thinks they're the star, maybe the real plot twist is realizing you're just one chapter in something bigger. Subscribe, or don't. We're just NPCs in your feed anyway.